Welcome to another riveting episode of our true crime series. Today we delve into the terrifying reign of the Golden State Killer, a name that continues to send shivers down our spines. Join us as we uncover the shocking crimes he committed and the perplexing story of how he managed to elude capture for so long. To truly comprehend the chilling nature of the Golden State Killer's crimes, it's important to explore the background that shaped him and his reign of terror. Born on November 8th, 1945, as Joseph James DeAngelo, he grew up in a seemingly ordinary family and had a relatively unremarkable upbringing. Joseph James DeAngelo initially pursued a career in law enforcement, working as a police officer in various jurisdictions. It is believed that his extensive knowledge of police procedures and investigative techniques played a significant role in his ability to evade capture for decades. However, beneath his seemingly normal facade, a darker side lurked. The Golden State Killer's crimes spanned over a decade, beginning in the mid-1970s and continuing until the mid-1980s. He would target single-family homes, often striking when the residents were asleep. His crimes escalated over time, evolving from burglaries to sexual assaults and eventually culminating in a series of murders. The Golden State Killer's method of operation was methodical and meticulous. He would meticulously plan his attacks, conducting extensive surveillance on his victims before striking. This level of preparation allowed him to navigate the homes undetected and maintain control over his victims. The terror inflicted upon the victims and their families cannot be overstated. The Golden State Killer's crimes left lasting scars, both physically and emotionally, on those who survived and the loved ones of those who lost their lives. The sheer audacity and brutality of his crimes shattered the sense of security within the communities he targeted. Fear permeated the suburban neighborhoods, with residents taking drastic measures to protect themselves, installing security systems, and living in constant apprehension. The Golden State Killer's ability to elude capture for such a prolonged period of time not only showcased his cunning and meticulous planning, but also highlighted the challenges faced by law enforcement in investigating serial crimes during that era. The Golden State Killer's crimes ranged from burglary to sexual assault and murder. He would often break into homes, lurking in the shadows and preying on unsuspecting victims. His victims would wake up to find themselves face to face with a masked intruder, their worst nightmare come true. The Golden State Killer utilized various methods to control and torment his victims. He would bind and gag them, instilling a paralyzing fear. He would then subject them to hours of psychological torment, exerting his power and control over their lives. The level of violence inflicted was horrific, leaving lasting scars on survivors and families. The Golden State Killer's ability to evade capture was a testament to his meticulous planning and a deep understanding of law enforcement strategies. He exploited weaknesses in communication systems and manipulated police procedures to stay one step ahead. One aspect that played a significant role in his escape was his careful observation of the neighborhoods he targeted. He took note of residents' routines, gathering information that allowed him to strike without detection. This level of surveillance and premeditation enabled him to evade immediate detection by law enforcement. The Golden State Killer was a master of eluding law enforcement. He carefully managed his presence, leaving behind minimal evidence and ensuring his exit was seamless. By cutting phone lines or disabling communication systems, he hindered immediate response efforts. His escape was also aided by his knowledge of police procedures. He would actively monitor police scanners, staying informed of their movements and adjusting his plans accordingly. This allowed him to adapt and change his tactics, evading capture time and again. The investigation into the Golden State Killer's crimes presented numerous challenges for law enforcement agencies at the time. Forensic technology was not as advanced as it is today, limiting the available tools to identify and apprehend the perpetrator. Investigators relied heavily on traditional evidence collection methods and witness testimonies, which often yielded limited results. The absence of a clear pattern and the geographical spread of his attacks further complicated the investigation, making it difficult to establish a concrete profile of the killer. The turning point in the Golden State Killer case came with the advancements in DNA technology. It was a breakthrough that breathed new life into the investigation, providing a glimmer of hope for justice to be served. Through genetic genealogy and publicly accessible DNA databases, investigators were finally able to establish a genetic link between the crimes committed by the Golden State Killer. This breakthrough narrowed down the list of suspects, ultimately leading to the identification and arrest of Joseph James DeAngelo. The breakthrough in the Golden State Killer case marked a significant turning point in the pursuit of justice. The use of genetic genealogy combined with publicly accessible DNA databases provided investigators with a powerful tool to narrow down the list of potential suspects. By utilizing DNA samples collected from the crime scenes and comparing them to DNA profiles of individuals in the databases, investigators were able to identify potential familial connections. This innovative technique breathed new life into the investigation and renewed hope for the victims and their families. It is important to recognize the profound impact the Golden State Killer's crimes had on the lives of the victims. Their experiences, their resilience, and their courage deserve to be acknowledged. Let us now take a moment to hear the voices of some of the survivors as they share their harrowing testimonies. I will never forget that night. The moment I woke up to find a masked intruder standing over me, I felt a wave of fear unlike anything I'd ever experienced. He took away my sense of security, my peace of mind, but I refused to let him define me. I am a survivor, and I am determined to reclaim my life. The scars he left, both physical and emotional, will always be a part of me, but I refuse to let him hold power over me. I stand here today, not just as a survivor, but as a voice for all those who suffered at his hands. We will not be silenced, and we will continue to fight for justice. For years, I carried the weight of the trauma he inflicted upon me, but I have learned that strength can emerge from the darkest of places. Today, I stand tall alongside my fellow survivors, united in our quest for justice. The Golden State Killer may have tried to break us, but he only made us stronger. These testimonies give us a glimpse into the strength and resilience of the survivors, who have refused to let the Golden State Killer's actions define their lives. Their voices serve as a reminder of the enduring human spirit and the power of unity in the face of unimaginable adversity. With a narrowed list of potential suspects, investigators intensified their efforts to gather further evidence and build a case against the Golden State Killer. Every piece of the puzzle became crucial as they pieced together the timeline of the crimes, delving deep into the past to uncover the truth. The relentless pursuit of justice by law enforcement, forensic experts, and dedicated individuals brought them closer to exposing the identity of the Golden State Killer. Their unwavering commitment, combined with advancements in technology, would soon bear fruit. In April 2018, the moment the victims and their families had been waiting for finally arrived. Joseph James DeAngelo, a former police officer, was apprehended as the suspected Golden State Killer. The news sent shockwaves throughout the nation as the true identity of the perpetrator was revealed. The arrest of Joseph James DeAngelo marked a monumental step towards closure for the victims and their families. After decades of fear and uncertainty, they could finally breathe a sigh of relief, knowing that the man responsible for their pain was in custody. The legal proceedings that followed brought the survivors face to face with their tormentor once again. In emotionally charged courtrooms, they courageously shared their stories, confronting the man who had haunted their lives for far too long. The survivors' resilience and unwavering determination to seek justice were truly remarkable. Their bravery in testifying against Joseph James DeAngelo and sharing their experiences not only ensured that he was held accountable for his crimes, but also inspired countless others to come forward with their own stories. The arrest and conviction of the Golden State Killer had a profound impact on the true crime landscape and the field of criminal investigation. It highlighted the significance of DNA technology in solving cold cases and brought renewed attention to unsolved crimes from that era. The capture of the Golden State Killer also shed light on the need for continued improvement in forensic technology, law enforcement collaboration, and victim support services. The survivors and their families who had endured decades of pain and trauma deserved justice and the opportunity to heal. The legacy of the Golden State Killer is a multifaceted one. It serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can reside within human beings, but also showcases the resilience and strength of survivors in their journey towards healing. The capture and conviction of the Golden State Killer stand as a testament to the tireless efforts of law enforcement, the bravery of the survivors, and the power of advancements in forensic technology. It is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable evil, justice can prevail. Let us honor the victims of the Golden State Killer and all those affected by similar crimes by continuing to support and advocate for survivors, by fostering a culture that values safety and justice, and by striving to prevent such atrocities from happening in the future. As we conclude this chapter on the Golden State Killer, let us remember the victims whose lives were forever changed and the survivors who have shown incredible resilience. Their stories serve as a call to action, urging us to create a society where such horrors are not allowed to persist. Thank you for joining us on this gripping journey through the crimes and capture of the Golden State Killer. True crime stories like these remind us of the importance of seeking justice, supporting survivors, and working towards a safer and more compassionate world. Until next time, stay safe. And never forget the resilience and strength of the human spirit. Together, we can make a difference in the lives of survivors and ensure that their voices are heard.